Good evening, Professor. I'm Dean Roumbos, and this is my Module 1 video movement response. My dance was heavily inspired by the Pacific region. I chose countries like Thailand, the Philippines, or New Zealand to influence my dance today. From Thailand, I chose the Khan, originated in the 16th century and was based on Hindu stories. Typically, some dancers used to wear masks to depict like mythical creatures, and some dancers would actually represent like spiritual beings, and that's like the main part of the dance itself. So in my dance, I want to represent a gust of wind that goes over Thailand on the ocean. Now, a piece of the dance I took from the Philippines was the tinkling dance, which was named after the tickling bird due to its ability to dodge bamboo traps. Now, there's also a much darker truth to this dance, where the jumping, which I'm going to be doing later, actually comes from when the Spanish ruled the Philippines, and they held two bamboo sticks next to the workers, and they'd actually beat them with it. So they tried to learn to like jump to get around the beatings, actually, which is very sad and something I'd like to live up to today and appreciate where it came from. Now, from New Zealand, I'll actually be working with the haka. I've actually seen it many times throughout sports and through like graduation videos I've seen where the families have actually done it for the child. And I think it's always been something that really intrigued me, and I've also been really interested in. Originally, I actually thought it came from Hawaii, but turns out it was from New Zealand. And after I did a lot more research, I found out a lot more about it. So the haka is meant to be a commanding dance, which is why you'll probably see me with my chest out and my legs bent to show like a stance of like strength and energy, which is what it's meant to promote in their culture. Now, to go a little into more detail back to from where I started, the Khan dance I chose, I'd like to be going around like a gust of wind going in circles, because right there it shows like how the spiritual beings, which I didn't know exactly which being to pick, so I chose just wind in general, which could mean a spiritual thing in some religions, and I just wanted to be promoting that in the calm sense. I want to start my video off calm, and then as the dance progresses, I want it to get slowly more intense. Because next, the Philippine dance is where things are going to speed up a little bit, and I'm going to be jumping up, dodging the bamboo sticks side to side, things like that, which obviously I'm doing a very rough way of doing it right now before the dance comes together, but it just goes to show how it starts from something slow to speeding up, and then eventually I'm going to get over into the haka a little bit more, where that's a very fast-paced and a loud thing. Now, while a lot of them do go with music a little better than others, I won't be having any background music with it to fit with everything. It's just more the dance in general I'm trying to focus on. And I believe that's something that's really gonna promote success into this dance and how I want it to be. I want it to go slow and ease into a little faster, and eventually strength to be shown. So I'll probably begin with the dance now. I'm gonna start off with the Khan, ease into the tinkling dance, and then finish with the haka. So I'll be starting now. So as you can see, I incorporated all three dances, and you can see actually how the moves from each one were very different, but they were all from actually similar regions in the country. You could tell obviously some were from Asian cultures, a little more in like the Western civilization moved forward a little bit. But a lot of it was very interesting for me to learn about some of these cultures, and it was something I was really interested in, and I really enjoyed putting it together. I think I liked the whole like spiritual thing I had going on at the start, but I also liked where I started to jump a little bit over those bamboo sticks. And I think just the meaning behind a lot of that stuff is really important for me, to see how like some people were treated not very well at all in their working conditions to what put into a dance that now many years later, some people would have zero clue about. So to me, seeing something like that is just genuinely like very uplifting, and something that's like a cultural thing you want to continue. As some of the readings were showing, he was talking about a lot how like culture is very important in the dance industry. And some of that just goes to show how like if you're getting rid of the stories or the meanings of how things were depicted, then what's the point of the dance in general? I believe how it's like you need to enforce the dance, and you need to enforce the culture from where it came from to show really pride in the dance and show why you're doing it. And now over to the haka, that's something that depicts that perfectly. The haka is used by the New Zealanders to show what their their people represent. It shows strength, it shows pride and all their heritage that they're trying to promote. And right there, it's something I really feel I like to reside with and believe with. And so that's my dance right there. Thank you very much. And I call it the Pacific Twister. Have a great day.